Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Mark chapter 14 and verse 38, we basically have Romans 7 and a good part of Romans chapter 8 summarized in just one verse. This is what Jesus tells his disciples when he goes out into Gethsemane to pray to the Lord, to ask that the cup would pass from him if God was willing. And then he comes back time and time again, and his disciples are asleep. They couldn't even stay awake for 1 hour with the Lord. And this is what he tells them. He says, "Keep watching and praying that you may not come into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." That last statement, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, kind of summarizes the point that Paul makes in Romans chapter 7, where he talks about this experience where we know, according to the inner man, we know that God's law is good and perfect and lovely. And as bad as we want to keep God's law, we want to be committed to the Lord and do what's right, there's a law in our members that is at war against what our mind is telling us to do, what our inward person is telling us to do. And there's always this conflict between the two. You know, we know we should take this course of action. We know that we should abstain from that course of action. And no matter how much we desire to do the right thing, there just seems to be a hindrance in accordance to the flesh. The flesh wants us to do something different. And that's very similar to what Jesus is telling his disciples. I know you guys are committed to me. I know you guys love me. I know that you would stay with me, but the flesh is weak. Your spirit is willing. You want to be there for me, but the flesh is just dragging you down. And so the question might be, you know, as we experience that as well, is, well, what's the solution? What do we do in this situation where we're being tugged in two different directions? Well, Jesus gives in a short statement what Paul fleshes out in Romans chapter 8, where Jesus here says, "Keep watching and praying that you do not come into temptation." Keep watching and praying. In other words, walk according to the Spirit. Keep watching. That is, be conscientious of the fact that there are stumbling blocks out there, that there are things that will cause you to be tripped up, things that will play to the flesh and misdirect you according to the flesh, the things of the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, those sorts of things. Keep a watch on the things that will play towards the flesh. As Paul said again in Romans, make no provision for the flesh to fulfill its lusts. Keep watching, but also keep praying. That is, keep trusting in the Lord. Keep bringing your weaknesses to the Lord and put yourself in a position to experience the strength of the Lord, as Paul experienced as well when he brought his thorn of the flesh to the Lord. The Lord said, "Okay, my strength is made perfect in weakness." Yes, in the flesh we are weak. In the flesh, we oftentimes do the wrong things. We stumble over ourselves trying to do what's right. But if we keep praying and trusting in the Lord, we keep watching and diverting ourselves from things that will cause us to stumble, we can overcome the allurement of the flesh, the influence of the flesh, and live a life according to the Spirit. But it takes us setting our mind on the Spirit and not setting our minds on the flesh. Walking in the direction of that part of us that knows what the right thing is to do, and pray over that and be watchful over that, and we can have success. We can succeed over the desires of the flesh, the way that the flesh would try to drag us down, but we got to stay watchful and keep praying. And that's the difficulty. Sometimes we don't always do that, and we fall off into the direction of the flesh. But it's kind of like a bird flapping its wings to stay above the ground, to keep above gravity. We got to keep flapping our wings. We got to stay watchful, diligent, praying to the Lord, trusting in the Lord, keeping our mind on the Lord, and then we can have success. So let's take Mark chapter 14 and verse 38 to heart. Recognize that the flesh is weak, even if the Spirit's willing, and just stay watchful and prayerful. And if we do that, if we stay close to the Lord in that, we can have success in these battles against the flesh. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.